Okay, so I'd like to welcome everybody who is here in today's meeting. I'd like to welcome everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. So today, what we'll be sharing very quickly, we'll be looking at these reports in the light of how we are all doing, share some encouragement on how we can do better, learn some lessons from each other on what we are doing that is working and that we can search and reapply, remind ourselves of what is important, particularly on creating the wealth partners and wealth partners. And then if there are any questions, then we'll take them on as well. So first of all, let's just quickly look at our reports for the month of October. Tolani, thank you very much for the reports you have shared. I'm going to just share the same reports, but I'll just talk through a few key details so that we can begin to share how it affects us and how we are connected with it. Of course, in the course of the meeting as well, we're going to be looking at how many of the trade partners have started creating wealth partners or wellness partners within their areas. But I want us to look at how we have done from a turnover point of view, because that's crucial to the rewards we are going to have as well. So I'm going to start with this page. I hope you can all see the screen, my screen in front of you. I think it's important that we are able to look at these numbers together. It is our desire that everybody does very well. So if you are not appearing with very sterling results, it means you are not where we desire that you be yet. But I think it's good. At least we can measure how we're doing. We can see how others are doing as well. And then we can see how we can do even better. So in this month of October, these are the current realities and the positions based on how we are doing in the locations where we are. So in this month of October, I'd like us to be able to at least recognize and appreciate the people who are doing well, and be able to recognize and appreciate if we are not doing well and what we probably need to do better as well. These tables will show you an idea of how this month of October went, and it can make you form a few commitments to do better because you are known for better or you have capacity to do better. I won't put much comments on from number 13 to 19. So number 13 to 19 already shows here that these people probably did not even qualify as stockists this month. This is not good. Remember that this stockist this trade partner opportunity is not meant to be available to all. It's supposed to be something you're supposed to drive if you really want to drive it. And these amounts also will indicate what kind of earnings will come, which will provide support for keeping the place you are using rented and available. Now, of course, because we are creating wealth partners and wellness partners now, many people, a few of the people who are trade partners today may not be trade partners in the future if they don't pull it together. They may become wellness partners. But of course, if you're going to be a trade partner, it means you have many wellness partners, people who are collecting from you, making it possible for you to do a lot more volume. So please, I'd like to say to those who fall from number 13 to 19, TP for Burger, we have Beryl, we have TP Ogba, Ogunade, TP Ibadan, Mercy for Real, TP Oshobo, Gold Daddy, TP Alimosho, Radiance, TP Obanikoro, Olutola, and TP Ilorin Akoriko. Please, you need to do better. I'm sure already the conversation that the TP manager and coordinator will be having with you is about how to reduce the stock with you. It's like the parable of talents. If we're doing well with what we have in our hands, then more can be handed over to us. If we're not doing well with what we have in our hands, then even that which you have can be taken from us. So I'd like to encourage us to do better. Okay, so please take that as encouragement. Now, also we have a number of people who are doing, the goal for each month is meant to be 3 million. We're all averagely doing less volume than this now. I know it's because the momentum hasn't built yet. A few things have been fine-tuned to ensure that this engine is running at full capacity. I think the best way for leadership to do things, and all of us, this is all of us, is to say, if it is to be, it is up to me. So leadership is about taking responsibility for the failures and the successes. And you all agree with me that if we're doing the way we're doing today, it is up to us. The people that can change this is each of us. We will change in providing more support, more push, creating more stringent requirements for excellence, so that we can all rise up to it. You know, I like to give an example. I believe that if the goal is low, then our performance will be low as well. Every term, I have this very interesting conversation with my son, my first son, and I say to him, "You're not competing with anybody, but your goal this term is average score of 95. And your goal this new term is an average score of 96. And every year I had 1 point to it. I had 1 point to it. And he says he's afraid of SS3 because it's looking like SS3, his average will need to be 98 or 97. And I said, don't worry. At that time, we'll worry about that then. Okay, but the reality is, for you to have that kind of average, it's a lot of demand on you. Of course, he manages to get it done. How he gets it done, I honestly don't know, but he gets it done. And he would never have been getting it done if, for example, the goal was just for 80. So what am I saying? I'm saying that as trade partners, we want to also put a lot more push on ourselves. This month is experimental. This month is play. Is the reason why we're still paying people commissions on 1 million, 2 million. Where we are going is a place where every TP standard is doing way above 3.5. That's what the goal is. That's what we need to step up to. This year, we're enjoying this grace, and we want us to use this opportunity to ramp up so that next year, you know, the cars can be flowing, the travel can be flowing, the momentum can be built. We are those, you know, we're the people who are going to be custodians and the drivers of this momentum. So very quickly, I'd like to recognize those who did from 250 all the way to less than 1 million. So the category of people that are less than 1 million, we have from number 4 to 12. So from number 4 to 12, we have so starting from the rear, I'll start with Dr. Aino, Suleretu, Bamidele Egbeda, Command, Morisola, Gumai of Oba, First Stack Riscope. I can see Riscope is moving really up on the table. That's impressive. I used to see her at the low parts before. She's moved up considerably. Olubusola, Remy Big R. Remy Big R, that's very impressive as well. Remy Big R used to be at the same level with TP, Lori, and Ali Moshe. Now the Big R is playing in a bigger league. That's good. We have a Bailey Alaka maintaining position there. And these are the category of people who did between 250 and 750. I like to recognize those numbers and recognize them as well. Please, you can help me say well done to them. It's not where we want to be, but at least something is happening there. So we can, you know, let's drop it. Well done, well done, well done for those who at least are doing in that capacity. And then, of course, I like to especially recognize and commend those who have kept it above 1 million almost steadily. We have 3 people in this category today, and I'd like us to celebrate them as well. The second runner-up is Bosede Ojo from Oshobo, 1.2 million. Let's help celebrate her. The first runner-up is TP Ogudu Adeniro, who managed to do that well last month as well. And then the top TP for the month of October is number 1 position is Mega D. Please help celebrate all of them as well. Okay, now for perspective about, you know, and for perspective about how the ratios play out, you know, I saw some very interesting data that finance team put together that I think is going to be useful for us to look at as well. I think this is very, very important for us to see how well we are doing and how well we are not doing, so that we can make up our minds that we want to do better. So well done, Mega D, well done, Adenino Abamishaye, and well done, Mrs. Abosedojo. Well done to everyone. Reality is, even the best of us hasn't gotten to where we're going yet. So there's room for improvement for everyone. Okay. So this percentage shows us an idea, and I think it's important to see. And I hope if they are not here, I hope they get to listen to this. I can't see Morisola in this meeting. Somebody needs to ensure that this. Okay, she's here. Okay, I think she just popped in now. I was just asking after Morisola. So I'm going to comment on this table, and I think we need to pay attention to it. So Morisola, welcome. I'd like you to look at this table. This table gives us an idea of how people are doing over time. So if you look at the TP command, from March to October, there has been what looks like a steady decline. And I think the question you need to ask is, what are we doing? What are we not doing? What has changed? What can we make better? And in places where we can help, how can we help as well? So TP command shows, of course, I know that there was an outage for TP command for a while when she had to travel, she had family things to settle. I understand that. But I'm looking at March 35%, April 12%, 12%, 10, 11, 7, 8, and October 4%. This is not a good trend. You may want to pay attention to it and say, you know what, how do I get my energy up? And this is not in relation to anybody. This is in relation to how TP command performed month on month. If you look at TP Osogbo has averaged around 10% to 15%. There was a surge in August, a decline in September, and then it's back to 12% in the month of October. It means averagely each month is contributing around the same value, which is not bad. I think the average volume that each month should contribute should be around 11, 12%, because we have measured 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months. So 9 months means that if each month is optimal, it means it will be a variation of around 11%. So if you vary from 11% by March, then you see that on that month, you didn't really deliver so much. So what you're looking at is how far away from 11% am I on particular months. So you find somebody like Megadi started off with 20%, managed, declined significantly to 4%, came back to around 17, 11, 8, 10, 8, not bad. And there's a surge in October to 20%, which is not bad as well. Okay, please look at these numbers. You can snap the screenshots as something you want to analyze to see how you are doing in time. So if you look at Olubusola, Olubusola kicked off with 12%, 8%, then we had a surge to 18%, 11%, 18% again, 16%, 10%. It shows that there's a movement to do above board in the last 6 months. There's a decline in this month of October. You need to ask yourself, what caused that decline, and how can I ensure I can keep it up and up? Ideli Alaka has had a surge in April as well, and then has managed to be around 11, 12% and consistently perform. We also have Ade who started off in June, has managed to keep it. Of course, when you started in June, it means you have had 5 months. It means that each month should be around 20%. So that gives you an idea of how you are playing around those numbers. Yes, okay, someone said I don't understand the percentage. The percentage is showing that out of everything you have done in the last 9 months, this is how they are distributed month on month. The percentage shows that, for example, you have had 9 months. It means if you are doing 11% every month, you are doing the same volume every month. So let's say, for example, you have sold 10 million naira worth of products over the course of the last 9 months. It shows that some months you did 1 million, some months you did 1 million. If your percentage rises above 11, if you had 9 months, then it means you did a lot that month. If it goes lower than 11 that month, it means that month was not very high for you. It's just an indication to show you, for example, how well you did in the different months, what your contribution was in the different months. Let me try and see if I can get an interesting table that shows you a fuller value of what those numbers look like. So let me copy this and play with this so that you can have an idea of what that looks like. So this, for example, let me show you this. So for example, this gives you an idea of, so Mega D did 2,490,000, 1.8, 1.1, 1.0, 1.1, 850, 2.1. It shows you that over the last 9 months, this is the volume you have done, and these are the percentages that make it up. So basically a comparison of yourself to yourself of how you are doing versus how you are doing. This is not a comparison of people to people. It's just showing you how you're playing. So if you look at Adeni, he has had 5-6 months. He's done averagely not far from 20%. Bumai has kept it almost even. There was a decline in July. There was a pump in September. The month of October, slight decline. You can see what happened. Mercy for Real, there seems to have been a pumping in April. It was, and the months of May and June were not bad. Average as well. July was good. August was not bad at all. There was a pump, but something has happened in September, October that has really decimated the results there. So we need to ask ourselves what's happening there and how can we help? Dr. Fumi, I know, has had 5 months as well. So roughly she should be around 20%. She's managed to keep it above board for most of the months. There's a decline in October, was the challenge. Sesime has done 8 months. It should be averagely about 13% per month. It's kept it above, and this is not in comparison with other people. This is with yourself. So you're basically seeing how you're doing from month to month, and then you can look at it and say, how can I improve this? How can I get this to be better? And it makes you know who is no longer doing this business actively, who was doing it before, and is now, looking down. If you look at Remy Big R, for example, Remy Big R seems to just be coming into it in the last 3 months. So there's a consistent growth, or there's a showing in the last 3 months to say, okay, look, I want to do this now. And of course, it shows the kind of outages that may have been present. Okay, Dr. Fumi, I know is saying over 300,000 naira since we missed it from October. Okay, good. So that's a good point for us to be able to look at and say, okay, good. If there's a decline like this, then something definitely is wrong because we don't see this person operating that pattern as well. So I want us to see that, so to get an idea of where we are and how we're doing. Reality is, if we begin to implement the strategies for creating wellness partners around us, create strategies for creating wealth partners around us, we will track more numbers. So if every trade partner, for example, is saying, how can I have 20 mini trade partners around me that I'm supplying, that I'm giving value to, how will that affect my business? Okay, I think it will affect our business significantly. So very quickly today, what I would like us to do today is, one, I want to get an idea of how many of us, I want to get a firm idea of how many of us are already getting our wealth partners. How many of us are currently getting our wealth partners, and how many of us, what progress are we making in that space? And then from people that did well this month, what can we learn from you on what we can apply? What can we learn from you on what's possible to apply? Okay, somebody's asking for the screen of how they did in sales. I'll show you so that you can have a look at it. We'll do that very quickly so that I can share the lessons, key lessons, and we can go on from there. Okay, so this gives you a rough idea of how each person has performed. Olubusala wants to see our own. It was 1,690,000, 1.5, 944, 1.5, 1.3, 895, 595. There's a decline there. So the question is, how do we keep it above board? Of course, if you look at it still cumulatively, Morisola still has the highest number. Abosede is in second. Megadi is in second, and Abosede is in third. But this just gives you a rough idea of how the numbers have been. So even though it's showing that there's decline in some spaces, it's also showing that it's relative to each person, not collectively. So somebody like Morisola possibly has the potentials to keep on doing 4.7 every month. because if you have done it once, you can do it again. Someone like Abosede has done 2.4, it means you can do 2.4 conveniently every month. If you have done it once, it means you can do it again. Someone like Megadi has a highest month as 2.2. If you have done it before, it means you can do it again. Someone like Olubusola has a highest month as 1.6. If you have done it before, you can continue to do it consistently. Ebele Alaka has done 2.1 before. It means this is the benchmark that you want to begin to drive towards. Adeniran has done 2.5, has done 2.55 before. It means this is the benchmark that you want to ensure is your minimum. So you have a rough idea of what people have done. Bumai has done 1.6 before. That's a benchmark to begin to benchmark everything against. Mercy for Real has done 1 million before. This is the benchmark to begin to drive with. Dr. Fumi has done 1.2 before. That's a benchmark. So basically, we have what we have achieved before begins to become our benchmark of the minimum that we can do, minimum viable that we can do. And if we do that and do that well, then there's a lot more that is possible. So for this month of October, I'd like us to just take a few lessons from people who have done a few things that we can learn from, and we can tax it off from that place. So without much ado, we have clearly what we've achieved in October. We want to do much better in November. We believe trade partners acquisition will help. It means we have more footprints in our spaces, more people we can share the products with, and all of that. So very quickly today, I'd like a few key people to share with us. We'll take the top 3 this month. Megadi, Adeniran, Abosede, and then maybe we can stretch it to Ebele Alaka and Remy Big R. I don't know if Remy Big R is here. And I want to encourage everyone, we're doing everything to ensure that, even when our numbers are not tidy enough, we are still supporting to ensure, let's keep this going. Let's get momentum built. Some people have turned it around, and we have no doubt they turned it around. Some people are, still struggling, as you can see from the tables. Let's know how we can support you. Don't keep quiet and suffer in silence. Escalate. So, let's see how we can help quickly. Okay, so let's take a few comments from who we have here. Is Abosede Ojo in the building? I can't see her in the numbers. Okay, I think we have Adeniran and we have Megadi. Can we have you, please? Adeniran, a few lessons we can learn from you, and then Megadi, a few lessons we can learn from you as well. And maybe we can extend to Ebele, Mrs. Ebele Alaka, if she's here as well. Okay, so let's start with you. Okay, so let me unmute you so I can speak. We'll start with Adeniran. You can unmute. And then after that, Megadi can unmute as well. And then after that, you can have Ebele, Mrs. Ebele. Let's go.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Are we here? Happy New Month. Well, what do I have to say? Basically, I think from the last meeting, a few things came up that actually some of the things that I had in mind to do, and that it's taking a couple of steps towards that, which was the banner marketing materials that the company handed over to us. And I was even taking up Madam Buki that why is it that it was after I'd done that the company was giving us those things for as support. So basically,
I'm not clear. What's that?
The banner.
Okay.
Yes, that I already produced a few that I was speaking with some people to give them, and also so that they could, which was more of the thing, more like the wellness partner idea that the company now came up with. So that's I already had in mind to do, although I didn't give it the tag wellness partner, but I know that the place of banner and other marketing materials like that to usually help a great deal to increase and boost market. Although generally, I think there has been the purchasing power of people has kind of dropped. Nevertheless, one is still trying to look at very creative ways to push and make sure that the business is growing. So basically, I think the marketing material, and also seeing how one further partner with small groups will go a long way. But some of these things will take time, because you have to sometimes negotiate, sometimes try as much as possible to play like how do I put it now? Wait till the time is right to put things in place. So basically, it's been more of trying to work behind the scene and try to make sure that whatever plan one has, one thinks through properly in order to make sure that the plans succeed. So basically, for me, that has been. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Can we hear from Megadi as well?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. I'm happy that this meeting is coming up, and I appreciate it. What I did differently was to make sure I have all the products. That's number one. So anybody that is coming to pick up, the first thing they ask me is that, do you have this product? Do you have this product? So I tell them yes. They go ahead, they do their payments and come to collect from me. And also I assist to dispatch where everywhere in Lekki, I dispatch for the team members that have asked, and the costs are sometimes very, very low, because I don't use dispatch most times now. I use my staff. Then for the trade, I think the business is something we are trying to create. Yes, the only thing I don't have is the small banner, which I've told the TP partner that this week I will collect the small banners so I can put it in their shops as they start selling. But some of them have started selling the balm, and gradually, I believe, like Bam Shaye said, we will surely get there. So that's just it. And even most times I give my other members TP for my people to collect from other areas. So I think if you work together as a team, we move faster. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I can see that wellness partner acquisition has started. It's something we'll begin to collect reports on and begin to measure. We'll probably have a special recognition and award at the end of this month for the people that have acquired the most wellness partners, and we expect it to show in those numbers as well. Mrs. Ebele Alaka, you can share with us as well, and then any other questions or comments we can have. I will hand over to Buki to help us facilitate the other conversations and meetings. I will ask questions where appropriate. But Mrs. Ebele, you can please speak. Share with us what are you doing.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak. Well, we try to be inventive as much as possible. I have understood again that relationship is a currency. So I think that's where I'm also working, because I had noticed that I'd slowed down with sign-ups and all that, and I found out that maybe I have reached out to all the people that I know. So I started relating with new people. The center, NIN Center, has really helped with relating with newer people, so that, I mean, you can extend your sphere of influence. So I discovered that's one of them. So I had more people coming in to buy products. So I was also able to order. And I had also stockists and partners coming into my center, and I created a very good relationship with a lot of them. Ade Daramola, Thai Boss, a lot of them that have come in to buy products en masse. I get gifts to give them, discounts for delivery, relationships. I help them also with training and talking to their clients and all that. So I just created all kinds of ways to relate with stockists and members that are buying products directly from the TP. So those are things, I don't think it's, there are things calculated to making the value higher, but things calculated to make the business better for everybody across board. I'm also still looking for the secrets to making 2 million, at least 2 million every month. I'm still looking for that secret. I know I've done it once, and I know that, like you said, I can do it again. So I'm still out there looking for it. For the Wealth Partner, we've started already campaigning. We've gotten our products here, and the NIN Center, it always helps, because people just come in and you can talk to them, you can show them products, you can show them a business. I have put up a notice on my door that 2,000 naira that you have in your pocket that cannot buy anything, you can start a business with it. And it has started conversation for the e-co-op. And we have a lot of people that are showing into hey, so I can use 2,000 naira to start business. How, why? And the discussion comes from there. So those are the things that one is just trying to do to make sure that the business stays afloat. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Well done. Thank you very much. So before I hand over to Buki to facilitate question and answers, let me just share this. I'll say that this month of November, this is November 1, we have the full stretch of this month ahead of us. December is the month for celebration of Christmas. It's a month that doesn't usually happen fully. So we want to do as much as we can this November, build as much momentum as we can. This first week has extra bonus points for vouchers utilized. I'd like us also note that the voucher utilization has been brought down from 90 days to 60 days. The goal is to bring it down further. And the idea behind that is there's a lot of activity happening within teams that the uplines are not feeling, because people have the luxury of choosing to use what they bought 3 months ago in 2 months' time. The only company that offers that flexibility today is the Grey Mondays. And that flexibility is a good thing for planning, but it's a terrible thing for turning momentum of sales into actual PV as quickly as possible. This is something that will be a bit of a bite initially for many people, but I believe it's something that we need to get around quickly to ensure that people can get value, the whole team can get value as quickly as the purchase is made, because this is what makes the possibility of travel and cars and all those momentum builders happen. Trade partners are viable partners to the company. They are the foundational structure through which other wealth partners are built, how products can be picked up, and all of those things are done. Typically, the network marketing model, it is not, this is like the key distributors or wholesalers, which really also reduce the possibilities of the responsibility that distributors will take. But this is important because what is actually happening is these are like company locations in different places, only manned by people that the company trusts. to bequeath that trust to. So I think it's a very good responsibility that we all have. I think by building wellness partners, we begin to see a little bit of how the company also feels in building trade partners, which makes it very good, because not now you are not just on the receiving end, you are also on the giving end. I want to encourage us to put our best into it. In this month of November, it will be delightful to see trade partners that do above 3.5 million. It will be delightful to see trade partners that that beat all the goals that they have done their best, I'll do their best. And I can say very clearly to you that if you do better than your best, I'm sure we can make sure that there's some reward or recognition that goes for that as well. And if you're able to achieve 3.5 million this month, we can have a small brainstorming session to decide what we'll do and to recognize and reward those who achieve the goal that trade partner was set to achieve. This month, let's plan to have as many as 50 to 100 wellness partners within our spaces. The month is coming to an end. People are preparing gradually for the new year. People are looking for what to start their new year with a bang. I think we have an opportunity to push this out there. The banners we're using currently are the old banners we have. As soon as you have people who are stable and steady, as the new year launches, they will get banners that will showcase them as wellness partners, as wealth partners, and we'll be able to do a lot more together on this platform. So I'm going to hand it over to BookBam for questions. If you have a question, please, you can type it in the chat box. You can raise your hand. Bookie will facilitate the question and answer sessions. If I need to answer anything, I'll be available to answer them so that we can close this meeting within the next 9 minutes. So are there any questions? Any updates are not very clear? Trade partners should be very clear to you, because people will be coming to you, just as it should be clear to stockists as well. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand so I can be unmuted. And if you have anything you want to type in the chat box, type it there. In the absence of anything like that, I hand over back to BookBam. So BookBam, over to you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So sorry. I was having issue with my system. Hello, everyone. Please, sorry, please. I was having issue with this system. Okay, thank you so much, CM, and thank you everyone for your time. I would like to talk about the reports, our awareness, our reports. I shared.
Hello,
sir.
People raising up their hands to ask questions.
Oh, so sorry, please.
So we have Dr. Fumi and we have Mrs. Omojoko.
Oh, okay. Please, Mrs. Omojoko.
Dr. Fumi is already on me.
Okay. Oh, Dr. Fumi. Okay, Zandi. Okay, Dr. Fumi, please, you can have the floor, ma'am.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Well done to the top trade partners. It's just a question. I mean, apart from the fact that I know I'll settle with my trade partner manager later, because going through my mails, I have mails of about 388,000 that were not captured here. But that's not even the question. The question is, I just want to really further clarify, who is a wellness partner? Is it somebody who signed up as anything and agreed to pay 5,000 for flyers and banners, or is it somebody who signs up and that as at least a bronze and decides to have? But I'm not really too clear about who, because I have a few people I've signed up in the last few days, with the mind of being wellness partners. In fact, that's what made me, one of them said, I said, look, I'm going to find another wellness partner in this market. But of course, I've not seen her, I've not given her banners. So what is that? Who is a wellness partner specifically, please?
Okay, so let me answer that question very quickly. So the idea of wellness partner is really, really branding. Yeah, it's about it's a distributor, anybody who has signed up in Grey Mondays that has either a location or is willing to operate from their house and be publicly seen as a partner within the location where people can get the products from. So it's just a branding concept. The idea is, if you tell somebody come and become a distributor, it's not as exciting as come and be a wellness partner. So a wellness partner provides it with a little more, so it helps you able to distill exactly what you have access to. You have access to natural products. You have access to an app that you can use to access doctors. You have access to health check and all those tests. So which is everything you have access to as a distributor. Well, a wellness partner is just taking it a step further to say, okay, look, like trade partners who are distributors who have office locations and people can pick up from. Wellness partners are distributors who have some location that others can also go and pick up from.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. Mrs. Omojoku, you can go ahead. Mrs. Omojoku, you can unmute. Okay, while Mrs. Omojoku is unmuting, Olusola asked the question, when is NAFDAC registration certificate for either products going to be available? I know that this is a real showstopper for us. It's actually very frustrating from this end, if I must confess to you, because it's something we've been processing now for over a year. We have gotten very far. It took a while for them to come and do inspection, took a while. It's just the bureaucracy is just not here. And the last straw is, so the product has gotten to this place. How does it move from this place to this place? You don't even want to understand what goes on within those offices. But we're trusting God that by the new year, we will have all the numbers. We've done all that we know to do. We've done a lot more than we should need to do. We're hoping that by January, all the products, the teas, the variants, the betas, the disinfectants, a good number of the products actually will have numbers. I'm sure once we get that out, it becomes easy for us to access pharmacies more, it becomes easy for us to access supermarkets more. It opens up the plethora of places we can reach. We are grateful for the fact that that wasn't available initially, so that it allows us at least to build strong networks and not rely absolutely on these channels. But we believe that all things work together for good, and it'll be coming in good time as well. Mrs. Buma, over to you.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah. Dr. Fumi had spoken part of what I wanted to say, and about the wellness partner. Yeah, I was going to ask who is a wellness partner and the criteria. Is it after paying 5,000 that he or she becomes a partner? So I think that has been clarified. Then the issue that you just spoke about too is a challenge. I have pharmacies that wanted to stock a product, but the challenge is the number on the variant. So I have to be encouraging them to go for the liquid and still hang our banners, so that when people ask for the other ones, they find a way to tell them, okay, come like tomorrow to pick it up, it will be available. So, but I'm praying along that come next year, we'll have everything in place so that we can have all the products in the shops as well too. So that is for that for now.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let me clarify again on who is a wellness partner. I think we can say wellness partner will start from bronze and above. And once they are bronze, the extra money you want to collect is basically to ensure that they can get banners and flyers. That's what the 5K would really be for. But once they are distributors and they are ready and available, they can become wellness partners. So that's that. And then for NAFDAC, yes, please pray along. It's very interesting. So Nigeria is a place where you have an e-portal to do something, and you have people frustrating that e-portal because they don't get paid from the e-portal. So if you go for Nigerian international passport, for example, you have these very funny conversations about if you pay online, you will not get it done. If you pay physically, we'll help you get it done. So we have all those kind of funny things happening around this country. We hope that it's a problem that will be solved in our lifetimes, and not when we are old and gray. Hopefully sooner than later. But yes, these are some of the challenges that we have. But we trust God, by January, all of this will be sorted. And yes, I know the frustration of so many spaces we can enter that we're not entering as confidently as we should. Yeah. All of that will be gone with this year, by God's grace. Okay, so Bookbam wanted to have a question with us on the reports. I hand over back to you, Bookbam, and I think you can from here close the meeting.
Okay, thank you so much, CM. Thank you everyone for your time during this meeting. Okay, in respect to the reports, I've shared the Google document. I shared the link with us on the Free Trade Partners group, and I shared it with us on our personal WhatsApp page too. So please kindly fill that form whenever you have new wellness partner on board. Please fill it, because like CM said, we are going to recognize people that are doing well in this wellness drive. And another thing I would like to talk about is meetings in our centers. I've gotten pictures and details from some of the trade partners that are ready to drive more their business in their center, because that meeting is very important as a trade partner. Of course, that will sensitize people that you are in that location. And at times we have a complaint like people are not picking in my centers and all those. When you have a date that you are meeting people in your center, of course we post it. You have access to stockist group. When you post it on the stockist group, people will be aware that so this trade partner is in this location, and people can direct their people to you to pick up products from them. Also, that will build your network the more. So I'm sure that we will do better this month of November. So please, if you've not fixed the date for meeting, day of the week that you like to be having meeting in your center, kindly do so and send in the details so that we can do an e-flyer for you. You share it on the stockist group and all that, so that people can be aware that you are in that location. All right, thank you so much. Of course, I still have some of the trade partners that have not picked up, because the flyers, the banner are available for everybody as long as they are a trade partner. So please, if you've not picked up your banner, your marketing material, please do so. Or if you know that you can't come to the office, I'm ready for you. I can help you arrange for courier and all that. Thank you so much. I don't know if we have any question